What's going on, everyone? This is Joe here at Bountiful Gardens, and we're here in our beautiful Hillsborough location in our front center display. As soon as you walk in the store, this is what you see, all these beautiful flowering plants. And something else that you're going to see is all of our brand new fountains that we just got in stock here from Henry Studios. We have about 25 to 35 brand new fountains. Some of these fountains are tried and true best sellers, so we got them back in stock. But we probably have about a dozen to 20 new fountains for spring of 2023 that we haven't had before. So we're gonna walk around and we're gonna showcase some of these fountains for you and show you why you want and need to have a fountain in your home. So why don't you come take a walk with us, and we're gonna show you some of these fountains. This fountain in particular is one of our best sellers. It's our Zen 3-bowl fountain. As you can see, it's got 3 bowls with copper spill plates, and it's actually got 4 spillways. So this fountain in particular actually creates quite a bit of noise. It can do well as far as masking other sounds. A lot of people buy these fountains because maybe they live close to a main road, or they have some noises in the background that they don't want to hear. So they use the fountain as a way to sort of mask that, and it does a really good job. This fountain has LED lights in the bottom. So when you're sitting there at night with your glass of wine, you can just have the lights on, you have the trickling water in the background, enjoying the ambiance. I mean, that's what these fountains are all about. It's really a very easy way to sort of transport yourself and transform your garden. You should have a GFI outlet somewhere nearby so that you can plug it into that. But if you do have to run an extension cord, it's really not that big of a deal. Very, very low voltage on these pumps, very low voltage on the LED lights as well. Much, much simpler than a lot of people think that it is. You know, it's just basically filling it up with water, plugging it in, and enjoying it. And here we have our Aria fountain. This fountain is pretty individual in the fact that it's got 5 waterfalls, and each waterfall is almost 3 feet in height. So you've got 5 times the amount of sound that a normal fountain would have, plus you've got the 3 feet of a drop off, which creates a very large sound. We've actually had this fountain purchased a few times from different customers, and every time that they've purchased it, it's for actually hiding out noise in the background that they didn't want to hear. They live on main roads, and they were very successful in using this fountain to block out that sound. And they said that it completely transforms their backyard. Now they can't even hear the cars passing in the background, and it helps them to just enjoy their backyard in a way that they could never do it before. If you're looking to drown out some sound in the background or just enjoy the beautiful elements of this fountain, this is a great choice for you. It does also have an LED light that you can enjoy at nighttime as well. So with almost all of our fountains, they have LED lights in them with interchangeable colors. Gives it a whole nother dimension at nighttime, so that not only can you hear the sound, but you can see it as well, and you can see the light sort of trickling off everything else around you. So this is our Aria fountain that we have here. Again, a great fountain if you need to drown out some background noise or just enjoy it for what it is. All right, here we have our aptly named giant leaf fountain. As you can see, there's multiple waterfall levels that resemble giant leaves. Very intricate fountain, as you can see. I love it. It's also got some detailed leaf patterns on the bottom here as well. This fountain is actually very, very loud. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different spillways. It's got water coming out of almost every single one of these levels, which helps create the individual waterfall effects. And actually in 3 of these levels, there are LED lights also. So each one will illuminate on the inside, giving that lighting effect on the cascading water at nighttime. This fountain is also one of our larger, heavier fountains, weighing in at about 620 pounds. So this fountain has an amazing presence. This is our giant leaf fountain from Henry Studios. Very loud fountain, beautiful fountain. I don't know how to end that one. I just love all the different giant leaves on this. All right, so here we have our kayak fountain in the relic lava finish. It's meant to resemble 3 kayaks, I would assume. It has one of the largest spillways in any one of the fountains that we have here at the nursery, which creates this amazing cascade going down to the main pool. And I just love the flow of this. It's this uniform flow all the way across. Kind of resembles a wave that a surfer could surf underneath. Actually, it's a very subtle sound because of the way that the water flows. It's a decent amount of noise, but it is pretty subtle. In addition to these amazing spillways, you've actually got an LED light in the top, 1 in the middle, and also 1 at the bottom. So you have 3 LED lights in such a small space. So the nighttime view on this fountain is probably pretty spectacular. Once again, this is our kayak fountain in the relic lava finish.
Why
So this is one of my favorite fountains here. This is our Sedona fountain. Pretty substantial looking fountain here, weighing in at about 465 pounds. This has definitely got some presence to it. I just like the way that it sort of exposes all the parts of the fountain. The smooth round top, opening up at the bottom with the big feet on it. To me, it's an architectural statement. I love everything about this fountain. It's got the little hole in the back, so if you got some plants behind it, you can still see what's going on back there. It's got a huge presence, but with the holes through the middle, it still allows for that open air feel. The coolest feature about this fountain is the 3 separate spillways. So there's 3 copper spouts that actually come out of the side here that you can't really see. And all 3 have to be adjusted in harmony together to get this equally flowing look that all come together to meet in the pool at the bottom as one. It does have quite a large sound to it, so this is something that you'll definitely be able to drown out some background noise. There is an LED light on the inside with the interchangeable colors that will shine on this fountain at night. I can't imagine what this fountain must look like at night with these 3 spillways, the holes in the front and the back, and just the amazing amount of shadows that this thing would cast. So once again, this is our Sedona fountain from Henry Studios. It's an amazing fountain. So here we are today with our Sundance fountain. I find it quite interesting in the design aspect. It has this copper spill plate with this good 2-foot waterfall here. But what really makes this fountain a little bit different is this little tiny spillway that comes through here and then falls down 3 times into this center hole, which creates this seamless waterfall effect. You got the copper spill plates on each one, the hole in the middle. It's also got 2 diffusers in the back too, which helps create that really smooth flow. Just like a lot of our other fountains, we do have the LED light in the bottom with the interchangeable colors. It's actually not that loud when you're up close, but it's definitely loud enough that you can hear it. It's got that good balance of the softness, but also a little bit of volume to it. So to me, it just presents such a balance and symmetry of flow and sound. So this is our Sundance fountain from Henry Studios. Here we have a cool little fountain for you. It's actually one of my favorite little fountains. This is our Buddha bubbler fountain. It's in our relic azuri finish, which is a really cool patina finish. What I like about this fountain is that it doesn't really splash at all. I'd probably put this in a den or a home office so you can have it inside without worrying about it messing up your carpet or your hardwood floors or anything like that. It also does have an LED light in the center here, so it can shine up at night and reflect off of all of this bubbling action and create a nice little movement against the wall or your ceiling. Our Buddha bubbler fountain. Cool little guy here. It'll work, I guess. Yeah. Here we have our Falling Waters fountain from Henry Studios. This is in the Relic Nebbia finish, which is a nice dark earth tone. So this fountain in particular is great for a centerpiece. I love the symmetry of the 3 falls going out on all 4 sides. These falls produce such a cool little trickling sound effect. Not too loud, it's very soft and subtle, but it's extremely relaxing. It does have an LED light in the middle as well, so you get the added feature of having the light at nighttime too. So this here is called our Falling Waters fountain in the Relic Nebbia finish. Really cool little fountain. So here we have a beautiful fountain for you. This is our Hummingbird single spout fountain from Henry Studios. It comes in the Relic high tone finish, which is one of my favorite finishes for this type of fountain. It gives it a very, very natural look, which in combination with the painted flowers and the hummingbirds in the background is a perfect addition to any garden. It's got a decently loud spill to it, so it's loud enough that you can hear it from far away, but it's not so loud that it would disrupt any conversation that's going on nearby. Because of the long straight back, it can go perfectly up against the back of, say, your deck or your patio area. This one also has another LED light in the bottom with the interchangeable colors. We've actually got the green one on it right now. So this shines up from the bottom and it will shine up through this fountain and give you that nighttime effect as well. So this is our single spout series of fountains, and this is the Hummingbird single spout fountain from Henry Studios. So we already showed you our single spout Hummingbird fountain. This one is very similar to that one, but it has butterflies on it. It's got a decent amount of noise, not too loud, not too soft. It does have the LED light in the bottom of it like the other one with the interchangeable colors. Not too many fountains actually have painted features on them, so that's what makes these fountains individual. I do think these fountains are nice set into like a perennial or cottage garden type setup. It's a very soft fountain, soft spill. This fountain, it's got butterflies on it. All right, here we have our twin fallen logs fountain. The artistic work that went behind creating this fountain to make it look the way that it does, how natural it is. It's just an amazing feature. So you've got the two waterfalls on either side, splashing into two independent pools, and then you've got another two smaller waterfalls here at the bottom going into the final pool. And as if that wasn't enough to make this an amazingly attractive fountain, you actually have 3 LED lights inside of this one as well. So you've got one at the bottom, you've got one over here, and you've got one over here. So you can imagine what this fountain looks like at night as well as during the day. So you can use this fountain to drown out some background noise, probably hear this fountain from a good 30, 40, 50 feet away, no problem. A lot of sound, a lot of motion, a lot of things going on with this fountain. The Henry Twin Fallen Logs fountain. Beautiful. All right, here we have our Fallen Logs fountain. This is a beautiful fountain. A lot of people can't believe that it's actually cast out of concrete. Most people think that it's real wood, which I think is just an amazing feature of this fountain. It's got so many different crevices, and one of the best features of this fountain, I'm not sure if you guys can hear it or not, it creates almost a trickling effect of a stream. With all these little creases and the way that it flows into this main pool, it actually sounds like a little babbling brook going by, which I think is the purpose of this fountain. It does also have an LED light in the bottom, so it can cast up at night and cast on both of these pieces. So if you've got some shrubbery or some trees behind it, it will throw some light up onto that, creating a dramatic effect. For me, this would fit perfectly into a woodland garden setting, back against a backdrop of trees or large shrubs, and create a nice rippling effect. This fountain is actually one of our quieter fountains. It's more for aesthetics rather than sound, although you can adjust the flow with this adjuster that's deep inside this fountain here. You can adjust it to come out a little bit more rapidly, which will create more sound. It's got a very contemporary look, and it just creates this nice cascading effect 360 degrees around the fountain, which is pretty unique and pretty cool all in itself. So this is our Bali urn fountain that we have.